Hey everyone, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. I have a fun product here that I want to share with you. This is a reindeer fold-it card, and this is from the Stamps of Life. And this product will be featured on HSN. So if you're interested in this product, you'll need to head over to the HSN website and do a search for the Stamps of Life and see if they happen to have this still in stock. If you don't see it up there, then unfortunately it's been sold out. So this makes an A2 size card shaped like a reindeer, and this reindeer is the exact same reindeer as the Reindeer to stamp that was released a few months back. And you can see the little stamp, and there's a die that matches this, and these sentiments also would be good for this Reindeer Fold-it, but all of the same dies, or the stamps are included with the dies. So there are some ornaments on the stamp set, and you can see that the die set also has some larger ornaments, and these can be hung from the antlers. So you have those, you have a few of these fun little dies that you can decorate your cute reindeer. So this will make a card shaped like a reindeer. You can also use it on a scrapbook page, or you can use it on a card front. And I am going to make a shaped card with you today. I went ahead and did a little bit of die cutting, not too much, but to start off, I did take this large die and I die cut it out of the chocolate cardstock. This is the dark brown, and it gave me this piece. And I also took this die and I die cut that out of the ginger snap cardstock, and I also die cut that again out of the chocolate because I'll piece some of these pieces together. So I have a few die cuts there, but I also want to, because I'm going to do the antlers a little bit different, I figured it would look cute and Christmassy if I added some glitter to his antlers. So I want to make the antlers a sticker, but I'm eventually going to put some glitter on them. So what I'm going to do is just cut out a piece of the chocolate cardstock just big enough to fit my antlers. And I'm going to put some double-sided adhesive on the cardstock. And then instead of running my die face down, I'm actually going to run my die face down on the adhesive part, because when I peel it up, or when I take the die out of the die cut machine, I want to be able to peel up the backing and apply glitter to the right side. If I put it through the die cut machine this way with the adhesive face down, then the only thing that's going to end up coming out are the antlers, but they'll be the adhesive will be on the back side instead of the top side. So I want the adhesive on the top of those antlers. So when that comes out of the die cut machine, just take the antlers out, and you're gonna snip off the antlers. This part's garbage. I'm gonna take your antlers with some glitter and just peel off the top part of this adhesive. So now that antler is a complete sticker. And we're just gonna put some glitter over the top. Just rub that in with your finger. Just rub off any of the excess. And now you have glitter on the antler. We'll do the same thing with the other one. And there are my antlers. And then you could just put the rest of that glitter back in your container. All right, so next I'm going to take my reindeer and I'm just going to snip off where the neck is coming apart, and I'm going to snip off these antlers. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. I'm also going to snip this top part of his face and set that aside. And then the rest of this I'm going to add some ink to, and I'm putting some ginger snap ink just along the edges. I'm actually going to take my chocolate reindeer and I'm going to snip out the part of the head. because that piece we can fit right inside there. All right, so now we can start adhering our reindeer down. Notice when I adhered his neck back down, I didn't connect it fully because I wanted some of that brown to show through. All right, and then this piece is gonna go right inside there. Now I'm thinking I want a red shiny nose, so I'm gonna do a glittered nose. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I have already some chocolate cardstock and it already has some double-sided adhesive. So I'm just gonna pop that nose right on top there and run this through the die cut machine just like this. Remember, adhesive side up. So here's my nose and I'm gonna just pull that adhesive off. It's very tiny, so just gotta make sure we get a good grip on it. And then just rub on that red glitter. We'll just put a little bit of glue on the back. And we'll pop that right in. So look at that. Next, I'm just gonna fill in these holes. I just die cut some of that chocolate adhesive paper, cardstock, and that way these holes have the adhesive backing. And I know it's showing the chocolate underneath, but right now the cardstock is not even because there's 2 layers there. So to make it a smooth, even layer of cardstock, you will need to add another, even though it's chocolate, and you can put a different color in here if you wanted to, but I'm gonna stick with the brown. So you will need to, add another layer, okay? And I'm gonna do the same thing for the eyes. So I'm just gonna find some more cardstock that has double-sided adhesive and just run those eyes through the die cut machine, just like that, and then pop them on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some adhesive backing to some red cardstock, and I'm going to run this die through my die cut machine. And it's not gonna be face down, instead it's gonna be facing up like this. I think I'm gonna need to add some more adhesive just to make sure it's fully covered. All right, so that's gonna go face up. And then when that comes out of the die cut machine, just peel that adhesive up, and that's gonna have some red glitter. Okay, so there's one. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with the other 2, but this time the other 2 are gonna have, they're gonna be die cut on green paper because I'm gonna do green. So I have my green paper with the adhesive. This is gonna go face down on that adhesive backing and through the die cut machine. All right, so I'm gonna peel that up, get my green glitter. All right, and then there's my 2 green ones. All right, so I position them where I want them to go. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. And then I'm just going to add some glue to the back and then add them down. Isn't that cute? Love all that shiny glitter on there. So that's an easy way to make your own glitter paper rather than cutting it out of glitter paper if you don't have any. If you have glitter, you can use that. All right, so next I'm gonna take this die and I'm gonna die cut that once out of my green cardstock. This is the Spearmint Stamps of Life cardstock. And I am going to do the double-sided adhesive again because since I have glitter on here, I might as well put glitter on this one as well. So I am gonna go ahead and put that on there. Let's see, is that gonna fit? And really I just need to die cut the leaves out of this because then the little berries will be out of the red cardstock. So it doesn't need to fit, it just needs to cover those leaves. And I'm going to die cut, again, die face down on top of the adhesive. So when that comes out of the die cut machine, I'm just gonna snip off those berries because I'm not gonna need those. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with my red cardstock. All right, so I just need a small piece of the red, and I'm gonna die cut just those berries, but again, gotta do it upside down. Now, if you're not doing this method and you just wanna use the solid cardstock and do the same thing, you can do that. Or if you have glitter paper, you can do that as well, if you're not using the glitter. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my berries and put some glitter. So I have my leaves and the berries, and then after doing all that, I realized, okay, this is gonna be too much glitter on this reindeer. So, because I'm gonna put this on his tail, and I just think that's a little overboard with the glitter. So I'm not gonna use the green ones. Instead, I just die cut just regular cardstock out of the green. I'm still gonna use the berries, and I'm just going to add a little bit of ink to the edges of this. I'm gonna go ahead and position this on his tail, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue down even the berries on this green cardstock. I'm gonna glue those down because I could just set the red ones on top. Okay, and then I'm gonna take these red berries that I do have the glitter on, and I'm gonna match these up. The small one goes at the bottom, and I'm just gonna lay those right there on top. Press that down and hold. Clean up some of this glue. Isn't that cute? Very Christmassy and festive. I'm gonna take a stitched cloud die, and I'm gonna die cut some of the powdered sugar cardstock. And we'll just snip off the edges here. Okay, this is gonna be our snow. So we're gonna create another layer because we want to build up our scene. All right, so I have 2 layers of the snow. So I'm just gonna plan out how I want to do this. I also have the dies, these little reindeer dies from the More Reindeers to Stamp. And I am going to add a little baby reindeer on here. But I want to get this part dark brown, and so I'm going to take this again, this top die again, and just add some double-sided adhesive, run just the head through the die cut machine. I'm gonna go ahead and put some ink on this little guy. Okay, and I'm going to cut out this top portion. These little ornament dies that came with one of the reindeer die sets, small enough for a little reindeer. The big one is just too big. So I'm gonna just take one of these pieces of green cardstock that I already had the adhesive on. I just pulled this out of the trash. And I'm gonna die cut that again face down on top of the adhesive, and I'm gonna put some green glitter on there for his antlers. So here is my ornament with the glitter on the back, and I'm just going to add some glue, and I'm gonna add that to his antler. So I'm gonna take some cloud ink, and I am just gonna ink up the edges of these cloud dies. All right, and I'm ready to start placing things on my card. Now, what I have here is a card base. This is just a pre-cut card base from a craft store. It measures 5 by 6.5, and it is just a solid white. I also have a piece of spearmint paper, And the spearmint paper is cut to 4 7/8 by 4 7/8 by 6 3/8. So that's this one. That's going to layer on top. So the snowflake paper is 4 1/4 by 4 3/4. It does not need to fill the entire sheet. And then I have these the snow papers, well, the cloud borders, which is going to be my snow, and that's going to end up at the bottom. So, and I did cut these. I trimmed them on the sides so they're the same size as the width of the snowflake paper, which is 4 1/4. Okay, so those will layer just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and start applying glue to the back of the pattern paper. So I think I'm going to position this big reindeer up higher on the card because I want to put a sentiment in here. The sentiment is "You're so dear to me" from the Reindeer to Stamp set. And I want to stamp it here, which if I would have thought of it previously, I would have stamped it before adhering it all down. So hopefully it'll stamp out perfectly. And then I'll put the little guy down here and with some foam tape. All right, so we position the reindeer where we want them on the card. Then we'll put the stamp where we want the stamp to be. And I'm just going to put my magnets down and remove the reindeer. Pick that up with my Misty, and I'm using chocolate ink because this matches the reindeer. Look at all that beautiful dimension and just what a pretty Christmassy scene that is. And it has the mommy and the baby, or the daddy and the baby, and it says "You're so dear to me."